recognize this? It's the rescue power tool known as the Jaws of Life. It utilizes up to 10,000 pounds of hydraulic pressure per square inch, which enables it to cut through heavy steel. All too often, when it is used, a human life hangs in the balance. That's what a Northern California teenager learned one June evening when he was showing off his graduation gift, a new sports car. The 18-year-old was racing along a stretch of highway in Contra Costa County known as Blood Alley. As he hit speeds of more than 100 miles per hour, his new car suddenly spun wildly out of control. Fireman Terry Newberry was on duty that night.
The call originally came in late in the evening. I believe it was approximately 10. It came in as a vehicle rollover off the side of the freeway. And our district normally responds an engine in a truck to that type of incident, since there's a good possibility that there may be some disentanglement involved. My first impression when I came up upon the vehicle was we probably have a good chance of having a fatality in the car, because the car was just actually really wrapped around a tree.
The impact of the crash has snapped the heavy tree, which in turn has crushed the vehicle. 5 teenage boys, all seriously injured, are trapped in the mangled wreckage. Precious time is lost as firemen must cut their way through the fallen tree, trying to reach the victims. The teenage driver, Michael Sotiro, appears to be critically injured. His legs are broken and pinned beneath the dashboard and steering wheel. The new sports car is totaled, but that's the least of Sotiro's problems. As firefighters struggle to reach him, he is losing massive amounts of blood.
We did take real quick estimated vitals on both the victims up front. From their vital standpoint, they were doing okay. The one victim that was in the passenger side, it was deemed that we could remove that person the quickest.
The rescue team is able to free Sotiro's 4 passengers. Kevin Dindler, who had been riding in the front seat, gets out with only a broken arm. But Michael Sotiro remains trapped in a cage of twisted steel. Without the Jaws of Life, more crucial time would be lost. Originally designed for auto racing accidents, the tool has been part of the firefighters' arsenal since the early 1970s. These firefighters hope it can save one more life.
The driver was definitely pinned, and he couldn't move at all. The car was really closed all around him. His legs were trapped, and he did have some compound fractures to both legs, and he was in a lot of pain. It's a very awkward feeling to be trapped and not to be able to move, and I felt for the victim. We started to administer oxygen once we could get to the victim. At the time where enough vehicle was moved away from the victim, the paramedic unit came in and administered an IV.
Before we take it out, I can pull up this bottom leg in one piece, and the angle is that.
One thing I did do was explain to him step by step what was going on outside. He was asking questions of, what's that noise? What's that sound? And we had to cut bit by bit, piece by piece, to remove him from the vehicle. I had to tell him, hey, it's time. We got to get you out. We're going to put you on a backboard, so we're going to have to move you. We're going to have to move your legs. So be prepared.
Hey, John. Okay, we are. Okay, let's do it. Ready? Right back. Right back. Mike, hang in there. It's going to hurt. I know it's going to hurt. I know you're going to be cold. You got to move your way from your vehicle now. Come on. Hang in there, Mike. Keep your arms across your chest. One good hand.
After 90 agonizing minutes, Sotiro is pulled from the remains of his car. Although he has lost 3 pints of blood, doctors will save his life as well as his shattered legs. Today, he takes a more mature view about responsibility behind the wheel.
We took my new car, and I was out with a bunch of friends, and it was a sports car, so we wanted to see how fast it could go. We came up on a car. I don't know if he didn't have his taillights on or we just came up on him too fast, and we moved into the center divider. And as I was trying to get back onto the freeway, my tires caught the loose gravel, and then we just started spinning right off the freeway. I'm sure if I didn't have the seatbelt on, I would have went through the tree. I was out being a kid, being stupid, just out having fun. You don't realize that it could happen to you. I'm pretty sure that if I was in that car for a couple minutes longer, I probably wouldn't have made it. Fortunately for me and my friends, we had some good firemen on the job that night. And I would like to go and see him and thank him for what he did, because, he saved my life. I owe my life.
Michael Sotero was convicted of reckless driving. He lost his license for 18 months and is now serving time in a county work program. He counts himself lucky and hopes others learn a lesson from his painful story. In a moment, we'll ride along